Welcome to this week in the world of wrestling.
Welcome to TWitWoW, the best wrestling podcast made for wrestling fans, by wrestling fans, on the web today. I'm John, that's my cohort in commentary, Ashton, and this is our NXT review. And what an episode of NXT this was. We had everything from debuts all the way to title defenses, and the ground that this show laid for next week and the overall hype up for NXT TakeOver Respect was quite marvelous to behold. I would say this is a very fun hour overall. Partner, what'd you think of it?
Brother, let me tell you how good it feels to hear you do that intro again. Do you even realize we've put out 13 videos since the last time we did an episode of TWitWoW?
Wow, that is crazy to think about, man.
Yeah, we did our ROH All-Star Extravaganza preview predictions and then live reactions. That's 2. Night of Champions preview predictions was 1, and then 8 live reactions videos for that. The topical video, and then just earlier tonight, Lucha Rewatch. 13 total videos between the last episode of TWitWoW and this one.
That's crazy, man. A lot of content coming your way down the TWitWoW pipeline, guys. That's nuts.
The workhorses of the YWC, brother.
You know it, man. You know it. So what'd you think of NXT tonight?
I enjoyed NXT tonight. There were a few little things that kind of disappointed me, but at the end of the day, I have enough faith in NXT that I know they're going to pay stuff off that they didn't pay off tonight down the line.
That was really the word that came to my mind, Ashton, with certain things, particularly one segment which I cannot wait to talk about.
Asuka?
Yeah, you know it, man. Asuka. Oh, my God. That's going to be a lot of fun. But payoff. Payoff, I think, was the word for tonight's episode of NXT because, again, they laid the groundwork for a lot of stuff, but patience is key. And I think patience is one of the best aspects in pro wrestling, especially when they handle things right. Well, will they? That remains to be seen, but if they do, certainly worth it. But anyway, I'm looking forward to talking about the show, so can we get right into our first segment?
Yeah.
Heat of the night. I don't have a single gripe with this show. No nitpicks. You know what? I guess I have one nitpick. But, you know, I guess it's kind of me projecting in, like, that fantasy booking sense. I really didn't like how they handled the whole Tyler Breeze-Bull Dempsey matchup, because I felt like the whole point of Bullfit was for Bull Dempsey to really show up his critics and to show up the people who really embarrassed him. And Tyler Breeze is kind of the catalyst to that when he was running around the ring and really exposed Bull for being really out of shape. Now, I don't mind Breeze getting the win in this match tonight, you know, with his feet on the ropes, but I really would have liked if they did that spot that you were kind of talking about, really hyping up Breeze trying to get the count-out victory again by running around and Bull beating him to it. I don't know, just the bully kind of getting the win in Tyler Breeze because he always down-dresses everybody and verbally criticizes them. I don't know, it just kind of rubbed me the wrong way, but that's why I classified it as a nitpick rather than a full-blown heat of the night, because I guess I get it long-term since Breeze is of a higher stock than Bull Dempsey. So,
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That whole angle, I'm just so disappointed with what they're doing with Bull Dempsey.
Yeah, because, like, I don't know, man. I really thought it was going to go differently. Maybe they're not done, but it certainly seemed like it given what we know what Tyler Breeze is going to do next, which we'll talk about that later. I just, where's the comeuppance? You know, he gets fit, you know, in his own way. It certainly seems over with the crowd, and yet the guy that was pretty much the catalyst for it in the first place, by embarrassing him, still gets the last laugh. I don't know. We always talk about booking 101, and I always feel like it's good to let the babyface
See, I don't
get
think
their
it's the
shine.
last laugh, though, John, because he used the ropes to win.
That is true. That is true, and, you know, I even pointed that out, which I guess is what prevented
Well,
it from
and
being
the
a ruler.
commentators pointed it out as well.
Right. And I guess that point alone makes it, you know, preventable from it becoming a full-blown heat of the night. Just still kind of rubbed me the wrong way, I guess. I just thought it could have been handled better, I guess, personally.
Yeah. All right. Well, I don't have any heats of the night or nitpicks or anything like that, so let's just get into it.
All right, let us get right on to our NXT review. And, brother, how do we open this show up?
We open the freaking show with Eva Marie versus Carmella.
If you ever wanted to see how quickly you could kill a wrestling show, try experimenting with an Eva Marie match and see if you can bring it back to life. Dude, my thing is, I don't know if the reports are true about Eva. I honestly don't care anymore. It is what it is. If it's the worst of the worst, it's going to happen. Even if it's completely antithetical to what we think it's going to happen, it's still going to happen. So I should just sit back and just, give my honest thoughts while I can. My honest thoughts about this, I really didn't like it. It's a shame because I do think Carmella's improved, but she's not somebody that's really going to elevate Eva Marie or I think really even hide her negatives too much. I just think Eva isn't ready to be in this spot. I mean, there was a chant going that I couldn't help but laugh. All botch everything. This crowd hates her, and it seems like they may be embracing her more as a heel and stop with the face stick because she had that screen promo thanking the ref for doing the right thing and not giving into the peer pressure of our biased fan base. So that seemed like a dig. And if she's going to be more heelish, maybe, just maybe this could work. But it always comes back to what you say, Ashton. It's the wrong kind of heat to be getting in the first place. So
Exactly.
where does that leave us?
It all comes back to this idea that I put forward a couple, I think it was a couple episodes of NXT ago, that she can learn all the moves she wants, but at the end of the day, she doesn't understand what makes the wrestling business work. And
Right.
As a heel, she doesn't understand how to get heat other than just being awful at what she does, which is a terrible way to get heat. So,
Right.
yeah, I mean, there's no real positive to find in this situation. It's just a matter of, kind of tolerating it while it lasts and hoping that they catch on eventually.
And again, like, I'm not gonna lie and say I don't want to be too critical because obviously I do. But it's like, I mean, I think they are trying to do some things right. Again, you could tell she exhibited more heel tendency with the screen promo, getting the count out victory by tossing Carmella to the outside and her head hitting the steel rim. But here's the thing. All of that effort, which is good effort, and I think it's being put in the right direction, it's going to be a moot point, though, unless Eva Marie herself as a performer gets better. And she's not. Because I feel like you just said that she strikes you as somebody that just doesn't get what the wrestling business is about. If she did get it and she did to progress, I'd say, you know what? We could have a real heel here. But it's just, again, the wrong kind of heat, the worst kind of heat. And honestly, I'll tell you what Eva Marie really makes me do, the likes of her and Dana Brooke. One, it makes me hope that Asuka goes on a killing spree. And two, it actually makes me even more eager to see Nia Jax, because Nia Jax may not be, the most talented, like, ring-savvy person, but with her look and all the discussions we've had, she could be the heel that the division could really use in Sasha Banks' absence now that, the main roster's monopolizing more of her time. Because Eva's just not doing it. I don't think Dana's really doing it to the same degree either. Hell, she's got signs in the crowd. So Nia Jax may be our best bet to be that heel. We'll see.
Sasha Banks is the heel that we need, but not the heel that we deserve.
Damn right, brother. Damn right.
Yeah. Man, she's going to be missed in NXT big time.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this Iron Man match in NXT TakeOver Respect, I just consider it a love letter to the women's division that we've just grown to love with every fiber of our being. Not saying that it's going to diminish overnight, but some women seriously need to step up. Even with all the good signings that we're getting and everything, if you're going to push the people that obviously need improvement, again, it's kind of a moot point. So, very curious to see where the women's division goes in the coming months. But for tonight, Eva Marie remains undefeated, and I'm not going to lie to everybody, when she did that belt motion with her waist, I kind of threw up in my mouth a little. So I'm fine, but it happened. So
well, I'm glad you're okay, John. That's what really matters.
Thank you. See, at least somebody knows what the number one priority here is. All right.
What I will say, though, is that I do like, the one thing that I do like about this whole Eva thing is that they are pretty much turning her gimmick into this idea that she's literally being protected by the company, by the referee, that kind of stuff.
Yes.
Because she cut a promo before the match started thanking last week's referee for seeing that she kicked out, even though she forgot to.
Yeah, and then tonight, like, it got another boo. I mean, credit to camera angles, because she got her foot on the rope, which was a legitimate call. But from the camera angle originally, you would have thought it was the whole mess up all over again.
Yep.
So, good stuff.
Yeah, I definitely see some potential in that, but I don't want it to turn into her being a main event female.
Oh my God, no.
So it's hard to get behind anything she does at this point, is what it comes down to.
Yeah, and then that's just it, Ashton. Like, it seems like they've got the pieces together to tell at least a seemingly interesting story.
Yeah.
But if the main character isn't of any interest to me, I'm not going to give a damn.
Exactly.
And that's just it, man.
All right, so now we go to Nia Jax. You already brought her up. She had a vignette after this match was over. Just another coming soon thing, though, so not really a ton of progression on that.
Can I just say something real quick before we move on from Nia Jax?
Yep.
Seeing this again, I just wanted to say to everybody, in case they forgot Ashton's little fantasy booking throwout, the more I'm like seeing these promos and I've seen the pictures of Nia Jax and everything, I really want them to go with your idea that Bayley retains at Respect, just exhausted, and then Nia Jax just comes out and obliterates her. I think that would be an amazing way to debut.
Definitely.
So, just wanted to point out that I really loved your idea. I wanted to bring it back to the forefront of everybody's mind, and I really hope that happens in NXT TakeOver Respect. So,
and what's great about Nia Jax is that even if she isn't an amazing in-ring worker, like she doesn't have to be Becky Lynch in the ring. Just basically book her, and I've said this so many times already on NXT TWitWows, book her like Awesome Kong. Let her, dominate. Let her do a little bit of selling just to give the babyface some shine. The babyface does 10 moves to her, and she's just staggered. She does one move to the babyface, and they crumple into a heap, right?
Right.
She could be the freaking women's champion in 2 months if they would book her correctly.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, like I said, and this is nothing against Bayley. I love her to death. Babyfaces like her are never meant for long title reigns. So
exactly.
if they wanted to give Nia Jax the belt shortly upon her arrival, as long as the booking is strong, and I love the idea, give her a bear hug as a finisher or something, have her literally squeeze the life out of people.
I don't think they'll do that because of Braun Strowman on the main roster, but you never know.
Yeah, that is a good point, Ashton. That is a fair contention, but I think you get my point overall.
Oh yeah,
example.
That's the thing is it really doesn't really matter what exactly she does. She's got the look that can make anything look legit.
Exactly. So I'm the more we fantasy book and the more like I hear your ideas and we talk about women of her build and her type of pro wrestling, again, the greatest example being Awesome Kong, like it does make me excited for her debut. More excited for this than anything even Marie's doing right now, so there you go.
All right, up next we had a recap of Bayley and Sasha from last week. Not really a ton to say here. If you want to know our thoughts on the segment itself, go check out our episode of NXT TWitWoW last week.
There you go.
Next, we had the second match of the night, Bull Dempsey versus Tyler Breeze. John, you already addressed this in your Nick pick from Heat of the Night. I don't really have anything to add. If you want to just move on, we can.
We can move on, man.
Up next, we had an Asuka vignette, and they got the up next text showing up there, so we know that she's coming. But in between, we did get an NXT Texas recap. They showed Big Cass saying, how's it going, or how you doing, to Houston, Austin, and San Antonio crowds. It looked very fun. Later on in the night, we got a Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic recap as well, but we will talk to that when we get to it. For now, William Regal is in the ring to introduce Kana, and she comes out with the mask on, takes it off, and looks up at the Titantron, and we see her name change to Asuka.
Oh, I love this so much. Because, like, look, I know, guys. I come on here. I play the bad guy like, oh, I love douchebags. And I can say some pretty malicious things, and I definitely have deeply rooted issues. But, seeing Kana or I should really get used to saying Asuka, just beaming, coming to the ring. And the first thing she says on the mic is William Regal says, would you sign, please? Wait, before you do that, do you have anything you want to tell the NXT universe? And she's just like, yeah, and I'm like, oh my god, the feels. I was just so happy for her. She seems so happy to be there. And she even said, like, I'm so happy to be in NXT, dream come true. And she made a mention that she wants to be champion. And I'm just like, oh, I want all your dreams to come true too. And then she signs it, and then she comes out. Ugh.
You mean they come out, John?
Oh, God, do we really have to bring my wife into this? Well, I guess to be fair,
she brought herself into it by coming out with Dana.
I know. Look, I just want you to know, I don't approve of this at all. Like, I tried talking to her, and she just doesn't listen to me. So I want everybody to know I have no culpability in this whatsoever.
Yeah,
But
I mean, I probably wouldn't listen to some stranger that I've never met before that claims that I'm her wife either. So
hey, we are working on it, okay? But yes, to your point, they do interrupt, and they pretty much talk down to her. They do that whole shtick where they, like, speak English, but in a way that it's like, oh, see, we're trying to break the language barrier because
they
you're
were
Japanese.
patronizing her.
That's the word, patronizing. And, yeah, just really talking down. And
Emma
then,
actually, I think Emma really killed it on the mic here. I thought she did a great job of being a bitch here.
she's great as a heel, dude.
She
I love
is.
heel Emma. Like, it's really a
Dude,
shame.
like, if it wasn't for Nia Jax, I would want Emma to be our next NXT Women's Champion.
I agree. And
she's
really
never held the title either. Come on.
Oh my god, all the stab wounds I'm having inflicted on me right now. But yeah, it's nothing against Nia Jax. I am excited for her. It really is depressing though that Eva Marie, and I won't even really say Dana Brooke anymore because I almost feel like they've kind of cooled down on her a little bit. But like,
bit, yeah.
Emma's
I mean, she
right.
did lose clean to Charlotte.
Yeah, I mean Emma's right here, and she's so good in this role. And I enjoyed what she said on the mic. Pretty much her and Dana echoing the same sentiments. We run this place. We ran Becky and Charlotte out of here.
We are NXT's welcoming committee, they said.
Exactly. I love that. And then you get Dana and she's like, playtime is over. I've only been here for a cup of coffee, but I'm still better than you. And then she probably
Your Dana Brooke impression is shockingly effective.
Thank you. I tried to add as much annoyance and horribleness as possible, and yeah, I figured that'd be good enough.
Still more tolerable than her actual accent, though.
And then she probably went to go find Devin's head to pat. I don't freaking know. But
I wonder if she tried patting William Regal's head and he broke her arm.
Oh, hold it back, John, because that actually sounds too good. But, Dana Brooke, for all of my hate, they got the heat, and really, kudos to Asuka because, again, this was the segment where the word payoff comes to mind. I'm thinking, we're going to get a Hideo Itami situation. She's going to lay waste to both of these bitches.
But she was wearing a skirt. You can't kick in a skirt, John.
And she knew that. See, she knew that.
Yeah.
But I love it, though, because she had, like, this sad face because she was so excited, and then the bullies come in and ruin her time.
And then she gets to the top of the ramp and just looks over her shoulder and gives this smirk like, oh, you bitches have no clue what contract you just signed, do you?
Hey, guys, I'm gonna level with you. You know how me and Ashton are about gender. I mean, anytime we talk about Lucha Underground, there's always kind of a conversation that brings up to the forefront. That smile intimidated me, okay? She would have smiled that way at me. I would have gone home. I would have locked every lock. I would have bought new locks, okay? I would not have felt safe. And Dana Brooke and Emma, the looks on their faces were like, did she get the hint? Did she understand? Oh, she understood. She understood perfectly. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. That was amazing. I loved it. I'm just so ready for her to destroy everyone. That smile. Just, oh my god, she's gonna kill him. And even the crowd said Asuka's gonna kill you to Dana Brooke, which was great. Got loud chants when she went up the ramp. They were really trying to rally behind her. But she's going to pick her spots. And you know what, Ashton? I like that.
Yeah.
I really like that because I think, Because
now she's going to get the opportunity to get them in a singles match. One of them.
Exactly. And it already shows.
Unfortunately, probably going to be Emma first. I'm sorry, John, but it has to happen.
It's cool. I'm looking forward to it, man. Emma's amazing in ring. I've seen Asuka highlights.
But
clearly she can bring it.
The first tribute.
I can take it. That's going to be a good match. That's going to be a solid match.
This way better than I expected.
Well, no, dude, because it's about the wrestling. Like, I can't wait for that match. And then knowing that Dana Brooke is going to get a pound of flesh taken out of her. And I like this because, even me, like, obviously there are going to be the very blatant parallels between her and Itami. Both Japanese, both really great in ring, both had a contract signing to start out. But Itami, he was kind of like, and this is nothing against him, but he attacked the two guys, and then he really paid for it for quite a bit until Finn Balor came along.
Yep.
Asuka's like, no, I know the numbers, okay? It's 2-on-1. I'm going to take you when I know the advantage is in my corner. All right? No. My time. not yours. And that smiles at everything. It may be your house, but this is my kingdom. Get used to it. And just walks to the back. And I love it. I loved everything about this segment. And you know what? As much as I would have loved for her to have taken just everything out on both Dana Brooke and Emma, I almost feel like the more we talk about it, the more I preferred it exactly as they did it.
Yeah, because it makes us want more. It makes us want to tune in the following week to see if she gets that singles match against one of them.
And what did we say in our topical video? Less is more. And I feel like they really got it here. So excellent.
That's one thing, one of many things that NXT seems to just plain get that the main roster struggles with.
Completely agree.
All right, so now let's move on to a backstage segment with Tyler Breeze, and apparently he's facing Apollo Crews at TakeOver.
Yeah. Random matchup there. And then Apollo Crews, like Tyler Breeze is like, well, what do you want me to say? That I'm excited? And then you see Crews, who I don't know if I'm alone, Ashton, but like him smiling pretty much that entire time, it started to be a bit off-putting towards the end of the segment. I'm not gonna lie.
Dude, it's so weird. I'm actually starting to get heel vibes from him.
I'm glad I'm not alone, because I wasn't even gonna really say heel. Again, the word I just kept going
no,
back to.
I'm telling
really
you, I'm getting vibes that he's going to turn heel soon.
Oh, man. I wonder how that'll work. And I wonder if that'll go well. But
like freaking psycho clown just smiling all the time while he's stabbing you.
Oh, my God.
He's got the smile of an axe murderer sometimes, okay?
Yeah, he does, man. He does, all right? I was just as uncomfortable as you were. But, yeah, he was blocking Breeze's path. And it's like,
Did you see, like, I feel like he needs a new shirt that just says, I would flex, but I really like this shirt. Because I feel like if he would flex, he would go full Hulk and just rip the shirt into pieces.
Probably.
It's so huge. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, big enough to block Tyler Breeze's path when he was trying to walk by, and then he laughs and he's like, man, it's cool, you can go. And then he said something about seeing him next week.
Yeah, I wonder if they're going to be in like a tag team match next week or something like that.
I don't know. Regal loves torturing Breeze, and I don't know why. Like, just get on the same page. And as far as Apollo Crews goes, I'm still waiting for him to get into an actual program. I don't like that this match is just randomly announced. Normally, Breeze's matches, they at least have some kind of an assault or something to precede them. So I'll be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of that, especially because I like both guys. But man, I keep thinking back to Tough Enough and Booker T being like, Sarah Lee, you smiled too much. And I'm just looking at Apollo Crews and it's like, oh, okay, I know you're happy to be here, but dial it back just a bit. Just okay, no, okay then. And I just kind of shut up because I'm telling you that smile's starting to put me off, man.
Yep. I wonder if it's intentional or if they're going to have to talk to him about that. Like, you have a great smile, but tone it down a little bit. You're starting to scare the children.
I wonder if they would even have the gumption to say, because he'd be smiling through that interview too. Like, Apollo, yeah, Apollo, we just want to talk to you about NXT. Yeah, it's great, man. I'm just so happy. Yeah, we're going to have you dial it back just a bit. Dial what? You know what? You're going to get an NXT title match in the next TakeOver. Right? Good talk. And then just get as far away from there as possible.
He's basically corporate Kane right now.
Exactly.
I'm just glad to get back to work, guys.
Okay.
I don't know what you're talking about. I was in Hawaii.
Oh my God, that was great. After what you did to me last night, I have no idea what you're talking about, Seth.
I just signed my contract this afternoon to come back as the COO, or what was it?
Director of Operations.
As the Director of Operations.
Didn't you get my email?
Yeah, didn't you? Oh my God, that line was gold. Didn't you get the email, Seth? I was just waiting for, later on in the night, they're just having a random segment and R-Truth walks by and he's just like, hey, Kane, I got your email.
Yo, that would have been perfect. Oh my God. Oh my God. Now in some odd way, I want Kane versus Apollo Crews now.
Jesus, that would be weird.
Yeah, it would.
All right, guys, we're going to move on. Let's talk about this recap that we get of the Dusty Classic. The Mechanics beat the Vaudevillains, but in even bigger news, apparently NXT has decided to ditch the name The Mechanics because now all they ever refer to them as is Dash and Dawson.
The Mechanics is so much better, first
It
of all.
is. I'm not abandoning that name.
I'm not either.
Unless
Guys,
we come up with something better, which we won't.
Guys, on TWitWoW, when we like a certain name or we come up with a certain name, that's usually how we talk about them. So I'm not budging on the Mechanics either. You will know them here as the Mechanics, and you will like it. I'm just kidding. You may or may not. But
no, but they will
thing,
though.
The second thing, I really don't comprehend that sentence. The Mechanics beat the Vaudevillains, but regardless, I do know that the Vaudevillains, for some reason or another, did not advance in the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. So that's certainly surprising.
Because they lost.
Yeah, I still don't compute, but given that they're the NXT Tag Team Champions, you think that they would have had a better outing. I guess not. So there you go.
Okay, John, are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Dash Wilder pinned Aiden English in a match that counted for the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic.
Okay. That's Spanish for what, by the way? See,
I know what it is. I'm not stupid. I know Spanish.
Wow, that was defense. I was clarifying it for the audience just to make sure that they knew that I was saying K and not like a variation of OK or something.
I thought you were patronizing me.
Oh my God, calm down there, man. So yeah, good stuff. Good stuff.
All right, let's move on. We get a Hype Bros promo. You want to talk about not being able to comprehend. I don't comprehend a word that comes out of either one of these fools' mouths.
Do we even have to talk about it? Can we just move on?
Their new shirts say bro me, John.
It's bad when even the frat boys at a fraternity party would look at them and be like, yeah, that's too obnoxious even for us. Like, it's just really bad. But, yeah,
Zack Ryder is a typical frat boy, and he looks at Mojo Rawley as just, wow, you're obnoxious.
I hate them both so much. Like,
but mostly Mojo.
Like, if you were to put Mojo on a spaceship, didn't even punch in coordinates, and it somehow found its way towards the sun, I don't know if that would be a great loss. I'm just putting that out there.
Would we miss Mojo Rawley if he did that?
I don't think I would. That's my review of the promo. I know I didn't even talk about anything that they said, but come on now, people. You know as well as I do, it really doesn't matter. But
I guess their new catchphrase is, if you don't like us, you can, do what the shirt says and bro me.
Yeah, they're so clever, Ashton, with that wordplay.
In the worst possible way.
Yeah.
In that they're not actually clever at all.
Can we talk about people who are actually talented?
Yeah, let's talk about Chase, Gable, and Jordan.
That's right. And Chad Gable, I don't know how he even watched the YouTube videos that the Hype Bros have been making, which, first of all, shows that he is the toughest man in professional wrestling today, for one.
Yeah, he's the Iron Man.
Exactly. And then, miraculously, not only was he able to watch them, he was able to devote critical analysis, and upon this analysis, he found only one misspelled word. This man is amazing.
What word did he say?
He didn't say what word, but...
So he's actually going to try and get other people to go look to find out what the misspelled word is? No, thank you.
He's trying to instill in us a sense of courage, Ashton. We should be grateful for the opportunity.
I appreciate the opportunity, Chad, but I'm not taking
it. And pretty much Jason Jordan and Chad Gable agree that these guys are losers. Even Chad Gable comes out and he says he hates their name. He hates their tag team name. That's pretty much the equivalent of saying he hates their face. You may not think it, but it is. Trust me on that. And
okay.
Jordan...
I was even going to continue, but you straightened me right out.
Well, there you go. And then Jordan and Gable just concur that they're going to win because, and then Gable interjects, they're ready, willing, and he raises the towel each level, and Gable. And Jordan just gives him this look, and Gable's like, that's my new thing. You like it? Come on, you know you like it. Come on.
I like it. I like it, Chad. I like it.
Chad's amazing. I love it so much.
Chad Gable? More like Chad Goatbull.
That...
He's the greatest of all time, John.
Okay. Adam Cole's still a thing, so the jury's out, but we'll
in
give
NXT,
you this.
okay?
Okay. You're good, man. Let's just put the guns down. Let's talk about it.
I'm not
We're
even
good.
feeling violent.
That's great. But yeah. Whoa! Again! I think that's like the third straight NXT Twitter review that my face has been invoked. You want to start something? All right. Chad Gable, Jason Jordan, they're amazing. They're going to advance. Anything else you want to say about either of these promos
They
here?
better advance.
Yeah, your face better advance. Yeah, how's that feel? Sorry. But,
I
yeah.
don't know why you were acting like I would be offended.
Oh.
Of course my face is going to advance.
But, yeah, nothing more to really say here.
All right, let's talk about BAMF versus the Vaudevillains for the NXT tag titles then.
Oh, you mean how the Vaudevillains are just blatantly superior to Blake and Murphy?
No, I mean like how the clearance rack diva comes out and costs BAMF the victory.
You mean evens the odds, okay?
No, I mean it costs them the victory.
No, I really think your face means evening
Look,
the odds.
man, all I'm saying is that BAMF won the titles without Alexa, but the Vaudevillains couldn't win the titles without Blue Pants. That's all I'm saying.
But they did, though. Alexa Bliss had interference like in the first minute of this match, grabbing Simon Gotch's foot. That's
She's
when Blue
doing
Pants
her
came.
job.
Oh my! Who's the heel now here? Who's the heel now here?
I don't know. Who's the heel, John? The guy cheering for the cheaters or the guy cheering for the true heroes in this? BAMF.
Oh my. You're unbelievable. You know that? The mental gymnastics you're doing right now. But I don't think I didn't hear you pop towards the end when it came down to the Vaudevillains and Blake and Murphy, and the Vaudevillains, missed one of their double team moves with the steamroller and the senton. When Buddy Murphy got his knees up, you were like, oh man, yes, is it going to happen? Well, how does it feel? How does it feel that it only got him a near fall, huh?
How does it feel, John, that they almost beat the Vaudevillains even without Alexa, but the Vaudevillains could never beat them without Blue Pants?
Okay, that is just a farce, okay? Because what started this whole thing was when they had Blake and Murphy beat for the tag titles on an episode of NXT, and Alexa Bliss grabbed the foot of Aiden English, and then he got his tights grabbed. So your point is moot. Moot, I tell you. Moot!
Maybe Aiden English shouldn't wear such grabbable tights.
Oh, you, sir, are really cruising for a bruising, but...
What are you gonna do, John? Call me a rapscallion?
Oh, what are you gonna do? Arm drag me? Come on, bro. Yeah, alright. Vaudevillains retained, okay? That's the important thing here.
Yeah,
Blake
because
and Murphy,
of Blue Pants.
I will choke a bitch, alright? They retained because it was an even playing field, and they are superior. The same way that they would have beaten the Mechanics if it wasn't for Aiden English getting something in his eye, okay? Because that's clearly what happened.
They didn't even show that on the video.
They didn't even show your face on the video, okay? But I know that
because
still
I'm not in
exists.
the NXT roster. Are you crazy?
Somebody is just still a bit jelly that Adam Cole doesn't return his Facebook messages. But
oh yeah,
that's
because
not
he
the
returns yours.
Okay, let's not go there. It's a point of emotional sensitivity for me.
You brought it up. I'm just saying.
Now look, I am just trying to revel in the fact that my tag team, the Vaudevillains, retained the NXT Tag Team Championship.
By cheating.
They did not cheat, damn it! They did not cheat! That accusation is fallacious at best and criminal at worst. So now, oh my god, look, I'm gonna be the professional here because one of us needs to be the Walter Cronkite in the equation, okay? I am going to ask, now that Blake and Murphy have lost three times to the Vaudevillains, okay? Brooklyn, Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic, live event match, and now this tag title rematch. What do they do now? Do they do singles? Does Buddy Murphy finally blossom into the single star that we know he can be? Or do they stick around for a little while until they just implode with Alexa Bliss? What's the game
I think it's pretty obvious that they need to find an answer for Blue Pants because she's the one that's been costing them all these matches.
But, I mean, the feud's pretty much over. You realize that, right? It's over.
It's not over until BAMF gets their rightful place as the tag team champions again.
I think you're being a bit uppity right now, and I think you need to recognize that this feud is over. They lost their rematch. They go to the
Because
back
of Blue
line.
Pants.
No, not because of Blue Pants.
Yes, because of Blue Pants.
Oh my God.
John,
Look,
true or false? If it wasn't for Blue Pants, BAMF probably would have won tonight.
yeah, if it wasn't for Blue Pants, BAMF
Exactly.
probably would have won tonight because of Alexa Bliss.
She's part of the team. It's not called the BM factor. It's the BAM factor. Play Alexa Murphy.
Oh, both it. You know that the Vaudevillains are clearly superior, and you're just salty because...
No, John, the Vaudevillains are not superior to anyone but the rapscallions that they claim to be.
Wow. Did you really just do that shit to me right now?
I don't know, John, did I? Why don't you tell me?
Oh my gosh, you are unbelievable. Unbelievable. You know what? We're done here. I'm closing the book on this. The Vaudevillains won. Guess what? No matter how much you and I argue, they went home tonight, the NXT Tag Team Champions. So suck on that.
I don't know how they're going to look at themselves in the mirror or go to sleep at night knowing that they robbed Blake and Murphy.
I'll tell you how they look in the mirror the same way Adam Cole does, recognizing that they are a blessing to this planet.
Oh, did you seriously just compare the Vaudevillains to Adam Cole?
I have a right, okay? I have a right.
Embarrassed by your blasphemy?
Are you embarrassed that you doctored photos to make it seem like you were Adam Cole for 30 seconds?
There were no doctored photos.
Of course there weren't. Anyway, let's move on now to another segment so that we can get off of this pointless debate of which I'm clearly right. High spots and low shots. Let's see, my low shot, I'll tell you what, just to keep it going, my low shot are Blake and Murphy because they lost their rematch and now they go to the back of the line. So, the lights were on bright, the playing field was level, it was team versus team, no valets to be seen.
No, John, you're forgetting Alexa, she is part of the team.
She is not part of the team.
John, what's the name of the team?
Blake Alexa Murphy Factor.
Exactly. Her name is in the title. She's a part of the team.
She is the valet, damn it, and she will know her role. Okay?
Now you're trying to reduce the role of valets in wrestling?
Oh my God. No, I am not going down this rabbit hole with you. Look, she is the valet. That is her defined role in this team. She doesn't defend those belts.
To me, there are two options. Either we can get a rematch where Blue Pants is banned from ringside, or the Vaudevillains need to change their name to include Blue Pants in the team name.
Well, I would prefer the latter because I think Blue Pants is adorable. There, we could close the book on it. Who is your low shot?
Your face.
What? Oh my God. I still can't believe we're doing this. I'm going to ask you again, and you better give me a serious answer. Who is your low shot right now? My blood pressure cannot handle you right now.
My low shot is Dana and Emma because they're going to get murdered in the next month or so.
That I will wholeheartedly agree with that. Wow, who would have thought that I would say that again to you towards the end of this episode? But yes, I wholeheartedly agree.
I cannot help the fact that I tell truths.
Wow. Okay. I agree with that. My high spot, you know what, in that same vein, Asuka's my high spot. I love that segment. I love her. I think she's amazing. Again, I fell in love just her being so happy on the microphone. Yay! Like, that probably would have been my reaction being a part of the WWE. And that smile already, much like, because I remember when Hideo first came in, and you and I were kind of dissecting him like we do all the new people. And we said one of the best things that he had was body language. I feel like Asuka may be in a similar vein because that smile was perfect. Yep. So Asuka's my high spot for sure.
Well, that's kind of, I think that's why WWE signed her because, I mean, she might not necessarily be the best in-ring Japanese female wrestler, but she's kind of got like that Shinsuke Nakamura factor where she's got like the body language and the facial expression to get over no matter where she is.
Completely agree. Absolutely. I mean, you said it best, dude. You said to me in conversation that you want to see Asuka versus Sasha Banks. That's just who Asuka is.
Well, that's the new dream match at this point.
Yeah. Like,
I feel like anyone that follows NXT wants to see that match now because it's possible.
Right. I mean, you think about all the talented women, you know, in NXT or that were a big part of NXT, you know, Sasha Banks, Bayley, Becky Lynch. Charlotte, I feel like on NXT really knows how to, turn it up and put on a quality match, especially with somebody like Asuka that could be kind of like that ring general if necessary. I mean, there are just a plethora of great matches for Asuka to have, and I want her to have all of them. So there you go. Who's your high spot?
The Mechanics, because they beat the tag team champions to advance in the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. Baby!
You seemed really gleeful delivering that news to me.
I love
wonder...
the Mechanics. I think this is awesome. It's great to see them get a little bit of a push.
It's interesting because, they beat the Vaudevillains. Yes, I said it, and it does burn a little bit inside. And now that, Blake and Murphy are going to go to the back of the line because they lost their rematch, the Mechanics, though, are still in this tournament. So I don't know how they're going to reconcile everything because obviously I think the winner of the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic, they would have a legitimate claim, but the Mechanics beat the champions. So how do we sort all this out? That's kind of my thing.
I think it might just be NXT's way of setting up multiple months worth of contenders because I'm guessing that the Vaudevillains, I'm guessing, first of all, the Mechanics are going to lose in the semifinals in the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. And that'll set them up to have a match against the Vaudevillains at the next takeover at NXT TakeOver Respect on the 7th. And then I'm guessing that the winner of the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic will be the next contenders for the titles after that.
Yeah, and you know what, Ashton? Because I remember I echoed your sentiments. Like, I had those same sentiments, I think, on last week's NXT TWitWoW. I said I thought the Mechanics were going to be knocked out before the finals, but then it would free them up for NXT TakeOver Respect, and then they would cash in their claim.
Yep.
But if you are right and they're building up, like, months' worth of contenders, that is so smart. I love that. I love that they've got that kind of long-term planning for the tag team division.
I think the finals are probably going to come down to Joe Balor. And honestly, as much as I want to say Corbin and Rhino, it's probably going to end up being Jordan and Gable, which is awesome because of obviously Chad Gable. Right. And I'm guessing that Jordan and Gable are going to win. Or another really cool option would be Joe and Balor win, and then Joe turns on Balor during their NXT tag title match.
There you go.
Or even after that. Maybe Joe gets pinned, and then he turns on Balor afterwards for not helping him, for not breaking up the pin.
Yeah, that would be great.
Anything like that. There's a lot of options, and I like that NXT kind of keeps it open-ended.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, and that, what is it going to be, next week? We have Balor and Joe versus Enzo and Cass. They both cut great promos, especially Enzo and Cass. I love how they handle.
You know what, now that I think about it, I think that the semifinals are happening at NXT TakeOver Respect, not the finals.
Yeah. Actually, you're right about that.
So it'll be the winner of Cass and Enzo versus Balor and Joe taking on the Mechanics, and I think that the other match is going to end up being Corbin and Rhino versus Jordan and Gable.
Okay. Yeah,
and then the winner of those matches will face each other in the finals, but I don't know when that's going to happen.
Right.
So, we'll see.
All right. With that said, do you have anything else you want to say about tonight's episode of NXT?
Oh, I mean, another option would be, just because of how horribly robbed they were tonight, we could get the tag title rematch at Respect, since the Vaudevillains and BAMF aren't in the tournament anymore, with Blue Pants banned from ringside.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, though, usually with rematches, you need some kind of credible basis to have a rematch, considering that BAMF lost, 3 times.
Yeah,
three times they lost.
Because of Blue Pants.
Yeah, 3 times they lost.
Because of Blue Pants.
Look, Blue Pants was part of the team for those
she wasn't.
nights.
Her name's not even in the team.
Okay, why does it have to be in the team name to be a part of the team?
Otherwise, it's unofficial.
Oh my God! Look, they lost 3 times.
Illegal participant in the match. Okay.
It's over. It's over. They lost 3 times. Wow, you're right. It's over with all these people. Well, thank you very much for watching, because this has been NXT. This has been TWitWoW, the best wrestling podcast made for wrestling fans, by wrestling fans, on the web today. I'm John. That's my cohort and commentary, Ashton. Guys, be sure to comment and subscribe on YouTube. What did you think of this week's NXT? How excited are you that Asuka's finally arrived? And how disarmed were you by that smile? What do you think about the tag team division? When do you think the Mechanics will get their tag title shot? Have your predictions changed at all since the beginning of the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic? Be sure to take the conversation over to Tweetoff, an amazing pro wrestling group on Facebook. A lot of activity goes on there daily, a lot of great wrestling discussions. I get it, though. If you're not one to have your phone or your computer blow up every second with Facebook notifications, there's a much quieter place, the TWitWoW subreddit. There you can have a much more intimate gathering of wrestling fans and those who listen to our podcast. And you can see all of our content there on our subreddit. And you're able to create threads to pose any questions related to pro wrestling towards Ashton or myself. And guys, with that, we will see you again for potentially our ROH review this Saturday. And if not that, then you'll
New
certainly
Japan,
see us.
brother, on the 27th, I believe, which is, I think, is that Sunday? I think it's Sunday. There's a New Japan show.
Oh, okay. Okay. So, yeah.
Let me just check to make sure. I think it's actually the 24th, not the 27th. No, it is the 27th. On the 27th, that would be Sunday. There is a New Japan show, Destruction in Kobe. And I do believe John and I are going to do some English commentary for it.
All right, so we're getting our commentary voices on for another New Japan show. You guys were so great for G1 Climax. We hope you'll participate there. Of course, after that, you can always expect Wednesday nights to be the next episode of Lucha Underground Rewatch. And, of course, our NXT review. So, Guy, you got more stuff coming down the pipeline.
And whenever we can get our hands on it, guys.
Yeah.
Bola live reactions are coming eventually. I don't know when.
Guys, the matches in that tournament look so freaking legit.
Listen, John, I appreciate you trying to sell it by just kind of generically saying the matches look good, but I'm going to say one specific thing to sell everyone on it. Pentagon Jr. versus Zack Sabre Jr. Done.
That's it. That's it, baby. So thank you guys so much, as always, for the support. Be on the lookout for Bola. Of course, we can't wait to snatch that up. And until then, tune in and peace out.